going to read A Whole New Ball Game by Phil Bildner, illustrated by Tim Probert. A Whole New Game. Chapter 1, 5th grade. I bolted toward the chain link fence. Red shot for the gate. In full stride, I slipped my backpack down my shoulders, and as soon as Red grabbed the metal post and swung it to the schoolyard, I flung the bag over the fence. Red caught it by the straps just before it touched the grass. Booyah! I hammer-fisted the air. Bam! He held it up. Every time Mason Irvin, that's what Red calls me. Everyone else calls me by my nickname, Rip. I held out my fist. Red gave me a pound. At 7:45 every morning, I meet Red at the end of his driveway and we walk to Reese Jones Elementary, Orleans Lane to Key Place to Niagara Drive. Then we get to RJE. I toss my bag. Red catches it and we zigzag through the portables, the 2nd and 3rd grade classrooms, and head for the new playground. It's our walk to school routine. Red likes routines, but this morning wasn't like other mornings because today was the first day of 5th grade. 5th grade! At RJE, all the 5th graders have Miss Hamburger, and yes, that's her real name. And no, I'm not going to make any jokes because if you go to RJE, you've heard them all. Miss Hamburger's been teaching 5th grade ever since RJE opened 25 years ago. I hope Miss Hamburger lets us sit at the same table, Red said. Me too. I heard she assigned seats at the beginning of the year. I grabbed the granola bar from my jeans jacket, snapped off a piece, and flipped it to Red. I hope Miss Hamburger lets us bring snacks to class, he said. I hope she let us keep water bottles at our table. We reached the walkway to the playground. You ready? I said. Ready as I ever be, Mason Irvin. I shook out my hair, brushed back the locks above my ears. On your mark, get set, go! We whipped our bags onto the benches and tore across the sand toward the jungle gym. We speed walked the balance beam and then split up. Red darted for the climbing wall. I went for the monkey bars. I swung across the rungs, 2 at a time, the steps to the upper deck, and waited for Red. Let's check out the illustrations. Then we drove to the spiral slide. I went down first. Booyah! I shouted. Bam! Red followed. Obstacle course in the jungle gym is another part of our walk to school routine, our favorite part. We scooped up our bags, and as we left the playground, we tapped the wooden post with the solar lights. 2 summers ago, when the community built the playground, Red and I helped put in these posts. I pulled the granola bar wrapper from my pocket and crumbled it tight. Irvin with the crossover dribble, I said, pretended to announce the play-by-play. I made a move for the garbage. He stutter steps toward the key, breaks right, that's the left, right, shoots, nothing but the bottom of the can. Oh, what a move by Rip. We're playing basketball, Red sang. Oh, I know what he said. We're playing basketball, Red sang. The intro song from Xbox. We love that basketball. Not only was today the first day of 5th grade, but it was also the first day of the 5th grade basketball program. Red and I were playing hoops together for the first time. Until now, Red hadn't been allowed to play hoops at school. We turned onto the sidewalk in front of the school and headed for the circular drive. Like always, we timed our arrival perfectly, reaching the doors just as the first buses pulled up and the first bikers and scooter riders pulled into the racks. Red likes being on time. He does better when he's on time. Where's Miss Darling? He asked, tightening his fists into knots. He shook them next to his eyes. Where's Miss Walden? I looked around. I don't know. The principal, Miss Darling. Yes, that's her real name too. Always stood between the double doors saying good morning and telling kids, take off your hats when you're entering the building. Miss Walden, the parent coordinator, always sat at the desk under the announcement monitor in the main hall. But not today. We strutted down the K1 hallway. fifth graders strut, especially down the K1 hallway, and then headed up the stairs by the bathrooms. The K1 hallway staircase is the only staircase Red uses. On the second floor, we passed the library and sped up as we got closer to room 208, Miss Hamburger's room. "You ready?" I asked. "Ready as I'll ever be, Mason Irvin." When I reached the doorway, I stopped, dead in my tracks. The person standing in front of the classroom was not Miss Hamburger.